Welcome to a brand new episode and final episode of my NBA What If series. In this episode, we're going to be doing a NBA Champion Edition, as we have now covered every team in the 2026 NBA season. And to finish the series out, we will be covering the champs, the New York Knicks, and see if they are truly a dynasty after winning the finals in 5 games against the San Antonio Spurs. Let's get it. Yeah, so I mean, with this Knicks team, um, the narrative for this team was kind of a team out of nowhere, mediocre regular season. They didn't make the Phil Jackson rule to get your 40th win before your 20th loss. They're only the they're the only they're only the fifth team to have ever done that, which is a crazy uh, stat that they weren't. So if you guys don't know, I'll just reiterate. It's basically Phil Jackson's made up rule that way to tell if a team is a championship type team in the season is if they get their 40th win before their 20th loss. And for the Knicks, pretty sure there's a way to figure this out. If we look at the Knicks, they finished 53 and 29. And let me see. When did they get their 20th loss this year? We can do it this way. So yeah, they were 39 and 22 at one point, 35 and 20, 34 and 20 at one point. So I mean, they went on a pretty impressive run to finish the year out. Because yeah, they finished 53 and 29. So that's actually pretty impressive. They went, what was that, 19 and 9 to finish the season out, and then went 16 and 3 in the playoffs. So yeah, kind of from February on. I mean, this it looked like. I mean, when was the All Star break actually? It actually was from the All Star break on, because February 11th, I think, was the All Star break. Like that was the last game before the All Star break. So yeah, that's actually pretty impressive, actually. So yeah, they went 18 and 9 to finish out, right? Yeah, if my math is right, and then 16 and 3 in the playoffs. That's pretty damn impressive. But I mean, this team is a little bit older than some of the other player or other teams in these finals. Jalen Brunson, no one really he's still being doubted even to this day. The Knicks' run is still kind of overshadowed by like I don't know. I mean, like it's an awesome run. I have New York fans in my family, so I mean, I was definitely following the Knicks throughout these playoffs. But again, you could argue that they didn't play the best teams on this Eastern Conference run. I know that is an argument that does exist for some people out there. But I mean, maybe it's more so about the teams that they played. Like, is Philly really worth the 7th seed? Maybe not. And on paper they should be a lot better type roster. And then they also were able to beat the Celtics, who were a 2 seed. Mind you, Celtics were a 2 seed and they had Tatum out for most of the year. So the fact that they were able to make the 2 seed without Tatum and then had a healthy Tatum and still lost to the Sixers in 7, where the Knicks beat them in 4, I think should say a lot. And it sounds like they've just absolutely derailed Harden's career. Harden's still chasing that championship ring, and then he got arrested like during the finals for like a gun charge. Don't know all the details about that, but that's crazy in itself. Honestly, I was optimistic throughout this Knicks run. Didn't think Knicks would get to this point. I was hopeful they would, but I definitely didn't think the Cavs series would be a 4 game sweep, and certainly didn't think the Spurs would be a 5 game series. Definitely saw maybe both of them going to maybe the Cavs series. I saw maybe going 5 or 6, but the Spurs series I was thinking maybe 7. And they came awfully close to just sweeping the Spurs. Um, say what you will, it could be a testament of them being a young team or whatever, but I think the fact that like they beat Wembanyama and the Spurs team was one of the teams who did get their 40th win before their 20th loss, it's pretty astounding. It's no small feat of what this team accomplished. Um, Being a fan of other New York sports as well, they talk about this team and the run they were on compared to other New York major teams, and it was kind of a David versus Goliath situation, I would say. Um, Even when the Spurs beat the Thunder, they're talking about how like pretty much that was the finals because they felt that the East was weak. Whoever won the Thunder Spurs series would be the NBA champs, and Knicks, it kind of felt like the more negative things being said toward the Knicks fueled them even more. Um, and yeah, I mean, I definitely had tears in my eyes because I have family who are diehard Knicks fans when they won. Kind of have more of allegiance to the Clippers, but the Knicks I've always kind of rooted for when they play. I even have a Derrick Rose Knicks jersey, his first stint. So I should tell you, like, I've been a fan of, yeah, I mean, maybe more of a fan of Derrick Rose, but I've definitely followed the Knicks for a long time. Uh, like one of my favorite players, like during those days, was like just Pablo Prigioni. If you guys are real Knicks fans, probably know who that is. But yeah, so I mean, we're gonna see if this team is legit dynasty. I've run enough sims to tell you that 2K has them winning more often than not second championship. Um, but yeah, I mean, some of these sims don't always go the way I hope they will. So we'll see how it kind of plays out. I think Mike Brown is one of the greatest hires as well. Kind of feel like Tom Thibodeau kind of deserves a ring for like the stretch he went on with the Knicks. He kind of maybe he was more Brunson than anything, but I can't help but think that Tibbs definitely had a impact on this team. At the very least, a defensive impact. I mean, like the Knicks look like one of the most defensive, strong teams in the league, and I like to think Tibbs kind of inspired that will into them if they didn't have that already. But yeah, I mean, Towns, OG, Jalen, Bridges, Hart. I don't see the starting five changing for the most part of the sim. I'm gonna do a 3-year sim, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Um, the thing is though, in these sims, 2K really does not like Josh Hart. 82 overall at 31. I understand like a lot of his stats are the ones that like don't show up on the box score. Like he's kind of a more behind the scenes guy. He's a hustle player. Diving for loose balls or setting hard picks or what have you, right? Or like shut off D, right? But in 2K, like because like those stats aren't recorded, or at least the advanced stats don't get recorded into 2K's algorithms, he regresses in such a brutal way, which kind of sucks. Same goes for Alvarado. So those are going to be two things we might have to like look out for. Obviously, like we might have to tweak the team a little bit more than what like I feel like the Knicks would do in reality, just because 2K's regression rate might be a lot harsher. Um, but yeah, I mean enough kind of ranting here. I'm gonna try to trade out of the second round, even though we do have the top pick in the second round. And then we have pick 25, our own pick. We'll sim ahead to that pick. Download the draft class reflecting, this year's March Madness team players and whatnot. I do love Jane Quaintance. I think he's a really good fit for the Knicks, and I probably move him to the power forward spot. Just because 6'9" is a little bit, um, yeah, it's not great height for a center spot. So I'll draft Quaintance at 25. He was a guy that probably could have gone higher last year, but decided to stay in college another year and just kind of got injured, which no fault of his own, I guess, but yeah, it did hurt his draft stock a little bit. Um, then yeah, it's kind of a tough decision here. We are going to be getting rid of some of these players who were on the championship roster. Don't know if you guys know this. Maybe some like deeper, knowledgeable Knicks fans do. But this guy Dylan Jones, right? I couldn't tell you how many games he actually played with the Knicks this year. Let's see. He played 7 games. He won back-to-back titles. He won with the Thunder just last year. So yeah, it should say NBA Champ 2026 as well. For some reason, 2K didn't add that yet, but yeah. So that 2025 championship, that's they're talking about the Thunder chip there. Yeah, because as you can see, he was with the Thunder last year, so that's pretty amazing. I mean, 2 years in the league, he already has 2 NBA championship rings on his hand. And granted, he's a first round pick. He's not like some second round pick guy either, who's just kind of, I don't know, just in the league because the team had an extra pick or something like that. I know there are some players like that. I'm not saying all of them are, but yeah, pretty good for him to have 2 rings. So ultimately, I think we're gonna, not offer him again. Sorry to say, but we're gonna bring back Diawara and Hawk Porty. 2 guys I think that show a little bit of promise. Hawk Porty's age is starting to catch up to him a little bit, but yeah, I mean he played some minutes in the finals, so I don't see the Knicks really getting rid of a guy who contributed in the way he did. Mitch Rob, longest tenured Nick on the team, we gotta keep him here. Oh wow, since when did they change his college? That's weird. It says Chalmette High School. For a while, it listed him as Western Kentucky because I know he spent like a week there. Yeah, a little weird that they changed that. I think technically, like in terms of like the NBA is concerned, he is listed as being from Western Kentucky, even though he never really like played for him. But yeah, it's still weird nonetheless. So we got to round out this roster. Shaman and Clarkson, 2 great pieces on this team. I think we bring back Shamit. I know he got injured. I actually haven't seen anything yet. If that injury is, like he went to the locker room in that last game. Did he actually get like a serious injury? Let's see, suffered an apparent leg or knee injury. They were saying like, I mean, it looks serious. The way he landed. I know he went back into the game, but I thought it was more like, dude, like you're not kicking this guy out of the game, even if it is a serious injury. If he just wants to shoot, like, he's a shooter, right? So it's like he probably would stay in the game if it might be his last game. If he can, like, I don't know, change the outcome of the game with his shooting, you're gonna stay in the game. I would think, even as a decoy, maybe. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's a serious injury. I mean, it sounds like it might be minor. I hope it is because I was a fan of him since he was a rookie. He was legit. I thought. Yeah, Clippers. He was with my Clippers for a year and a half or so. But yeah, he's kind of been bounced a lot in the league. Sorry to say, but I think he's legit. He's got that firepower, that dog energy to him, that like dog mentality. Let's bring back Clarkson too. I feel like the camaraderie and cohesiveness in this unit goes a long way with this group. So yeah, we'll bring back Mitch Rob and yeah, Shamit and Clarkson. Or now it's him, Jones, and I mean, do we offer Sochan? I mean, like he's restricted, right? So, or he's unrestricted, but we have Bird Year on him. I mean, I'd love to be able to sign him for cheap, like 11 mil. Honestly, I don't think Knicks would bring him back, just because I think he's an expensive option, and he kind of played like a limited role on the team. He didn't really play much of the playoffs until like the latter rounds, but I think it was just more so matchup, and he had a history with the Spurs. I think that was like the main 2 reasons. Okay, so we got point guard, shooting guard, small forward. So wait, we might have to get rid of a player. Actually, might have tweaked a little bit. Let's just keep Quaintance at the center spot, just because we got Hart and Sochan already. OG, we could get rid of. Yeah, we could probably get rid of him. How do you say his name? Pacome Dedier? Dedier? Let's see what offer we can get. Another guy who didn't really play a lot, And when he did, he just kind of looked like he had a broken jump shot. Sorry to say. So I'm fine. We got a first round pick out of it. I'm fine with trading him. Do we offer Ben Simmons again? It's crazy how like the Knicks try to offer Simmons. He just said like, "No, I'm good," right? And then he just like took a year off. Fair to him. And then they did the same thing with Malcolm Brogdon, right? And he just like bounced as soon as like they signed him. He just decided to retire rather than like stick it out another year, I guess. I mean, he would have been a massive. I think he would have played a massive role in the team. Um, but yeah, I mean, who knows? Like, I don't know if he's got kids you want to like go see or what have you, but it did seem like a strange move there. Um, all right, so we got cap holds on Diawara and Huck Porty, so we'll just like see that out, I guess, because we only have spots on the roster for those two guys, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, yeah. Um, yeah, it's just crazy. Malcolm Brogdon, former Rookie of the Year, signed with the Knicks and then just immediately retires. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's. I think I saw that Shamit was that roster spot. Like Shamit took his roster spot, so I guess it worked out in the end. But it is crazy to think that a player could have had a championship and just kind of left. All right, so here's our starting lineup here: Brunson, Bridges, OG, Hart, Towns, McBride, Mitrop, Sochan, Shamit, Alvarado, and then okay, the players to round out the team. So we really didn't bring anyone new. I mean, Quaintance is the only. He is the only new face, huh? Yeah, I mean that's pretty good to retain like most of your starters. I honestly I think Knicks would probably tweak a little bit more things because I mean maybe there is more pressure you could argue to win another championship because people like I mean fans don't want to wait another 50 some odd years to win another one, right? So the odds of Dolan or what's his name? Not Jalen Rose, Leon Rose, to pull a trigger on like maybe another big trade. I mean, holy crap, we're 26-0. 20. I mean, as soon as I say that, we lose, but damn, that's pretty impressive. Imagine they just like this is the Knicks, like the Knicks that showed up in the finals or in the playoffs is just how the Knicks are from now on. That'd be crazy. Um, but yeah, frankly, I think the Knicks will make some major moves. Obviously, they were in the trade rumors about like getting Giannis Antetokounmpo for some trade package around like Towns or whoever. But I don't know if that's so realistic now. But I think that there's a lot of players that really showed something on this Knicks team, so maybe they can get some more star power or upgrade some of the roster because some of the players on this team did show that they're worth it. So McBride, will re-sign him. Shout out West Virginia. Josh Hart is a team. He's on a team option. Okay, so we're not gonna re-sign him, but I'm gonna look to bring him back if that makes sense because we don't want to give him another year for 20 mil. Because yeah, I mean the re-sign is like for 3 mil. So if we can, save some money on him, I'm good with that. Sorry, Josh Hart. Love their podcast, Roommates Pod. Definitely interested to see when that. I think episodes come out like Thursday for them. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to go check out that pod, like the post chip pod. That's gonna be dope. But okay, here we go. 45-5 so far. I mean, just unreal. 87% cam. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. 51-8. Okay. All right. Contract extensions. I mean, 51-9 right now. Pretty solid looking right now. Yeah, I mean, definitely the biggest issues I think with the cap on this team. I mean, some of these numbers I think are a little inflated. With Brunson being the best player, third highest paid player on the team, you like to maybe balance the books a little bit. I understand Towns, former first overall pick, OG now two-time champ. You know, and that clutch play might inflate his salary a little bit. But I think the salaries in the NBA are just getting a little bit out of control. And yeah, I mean, again, don't mean I'm not even affiliated, but that the roommates pod is so good. They had an episode about how crazy the contracts are getting as well. I think it was Andre Iguodala who was on the show, who's like president of the Players Association, and he made some good points, I thought, about just kind of where the salaries are going with the league and whatnot. And the biggest problem maybe being the refs, but like you said, like refs always have problems, or players always will have problems with the refs. Um, so Wemby gets his MVP. Uh, I mean, I'm not saying it was a sure thing, but I mean, most fans I would say would agree with me in that we think that he'll get an MVP at some point. But the Band's the Rookie of the Year, Ty Jerome Sixth Man, Defense Player of the Year, Asor Thompson, Brandon Williams Most Improved, Tyrese Halliburton Clutch, Coach of the Year Mike Brown. Love to see that. Big fan of Mike Brown. Bounced around the league. Was he now 4-time NBA champ as a assistant coach and head coach? Pretty impressive resume. So wait, any Knicks make All NBA? Come on. All right. Towns and Brunson get third team. Okay, we like to see that. And no defensive team, huh? For OG or Bridges? That's pretty shocking. So we do nab the 1 seed. And injuries, wow, we got Bridges out, Hart out, and Kolek out. I mean, Kolek broke a nose, should be able to play with that. And Josh Hart with a broken finger. I mean, Hart, he's not really known as a shooter. You'd like to think I mean, realistically, I think Josh Hart would still play with a broken finger. He's one of the toughest guys in the league. I actually saw his first career triple double live. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that was the first time I've been to a few NBA games. Maybe like, I don't know, 10 in my career. 10 in my life. But yeah, I think that was the first ever triple double I was able to see. So that was pretty cool. It was back when he was like on the Lakers. I think it was the year before LeBron got there that he got it. It was against the Trailblazers, and I was so bummed because that game, Lillard wasn't playing. He was injured or something. I was so bummed because I mean he probably was the biggest star on both of those teams at that time. Um, yeah, but yeah, really decent seats that game. But yeah, I remember like Josh Hart just diving for like everything in that game. Okay. How do we lose to Brooklyn? Game 1. Did not mean to Simcast Live. Why? I don't understand why in Simcast Live they have a shortened game. Doesn't really make sense to me. Like, why not just have it be the full, like, minutes game the other ones are? Oh my god, how are we losing to this Nets team? Wow, we came back. That's what the Knicks do. Are the Knicks just cursed with, like, the first round? They lost to the Hawks twice. Are we going to lose to the Nets twice and then make a run? We lose by 8 there. We're down 2-1. So this is exactly how the series went just a year ago. All right, so Hart is back. Don't know if he had been playing, but all right, here we go. Let's go, Knicks. Okay. All right, we tied the series at 2 apiece. Got home court advantage back. It looks like we'll play the Cavs in the second round if we are able to get past this. 2K does screw you when you're like the 1 seed in these, so that is not fun. Bruh. Who is on this Brooklyn team? Traore, it's literally the same team, right? And then wait, let's see. Nets. MPJ, Demon, Claxton, Traore. I mean they added Jalen Williams. He's balling out. They added Cuff, okay. Yeah, I mean 15 points off the bench for him. That's a pretty big add. And they added Walter Clayton Jr. But still, I'd like to think that it's still capable of beating this team. I mean, we're 10 deep right now. Let's go 90 because I mean, Kolek, to be fair to him, he didn't really play a lot in the run. I mean, how deep were the Knicks last year in terms of like their rotation? They might have been 10 deep actually. Actually, no, Sochan didn't start. That's the only thing. Um, pretty much everyone else did though. Okay, we'll try 90. We're down 3 games to 2. So already in the first round, we've equaled the amount of losses the Knicks had a year ago. So I mean, yeah, not a good start. We're down 9 here late, and yeah, we get bounced first. Oh, we got to overtime, but we got bounced first round. Oh my god, that's insane. Wow, a Suns Pacers final is crazy. I don't think I've ever done a sim where those two teams met in the finals. Damn, bro. 2K, they're doing the Knicks 30 here, though. I'm telling you, the amount of sims I've done, like on my channel or just like for fun, the amount of times where Knicks just like win back to back, maybe even 3 times in a row, happens a lot, more often than you think. And yeah, to get bounced first round like that is actually crazy to see. Okay, player retirements. Clarkson does hang it up. Sorry to say. First Filipino player ever, by the way, to get a championship. Filipino descent player, however you want to phrase it. That's pretty dope. Doc Rivers hangs it up. Um, all right, lottery here. Oh, Spurs have the 4th pick. That's crazy. And then Knicks. All right, so or the Nets have our pick. We might not have any picks this year. All right, we'll send to the draft. All right, we have 3 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna trade out of that. Do Spurs, I guess. I know we traded 3 for 2, but second round picks don't really matter in these. Yeah, we're gonna decline Hart, and Towns declined his. That might be a little worrying. The fact that we can't get anything back for him if he does decide to leave. So Hart 1 year 2.46. We'll give him we'll give him 5 mil for 2. Should be his top deal. Yeah, a little bit of an overpay, but I'd rather keep him around at least to see the podcast keep going. And then Hawk Porty's restricted. Alvarado we'll look to bring back. And then Towns, I'd love to give you like a much cheaper deal. I know you're 31 years old, so I'm gonna give you like 3 years for 28. 28. Yeah, I mean his 89% interested. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's pretty fair. And then Clarkson retired. So Alvarado, we need a small forward maybe. Um, Schroeder, Alvarado, waiting on Towns. Yeah, so then Champagne. Imagine we get Champagne's brother. That'd be crazy. You know, Jordan Walsh, low-key kind of fits this team. I might go after him. No, we'll cap hold. Yeah, we'll cap hold those guys, I think. Hawk 40, 73. I'm gonna renounce him actually. Diawara we could keep. And yeah. Diawara, he is Diawara. He's power forward. Okay, so he's gonna be he's restricted. Okay, just wanted to double check that. And then yeah, would like to get so we need a center then. Uh Darren Sharp could be an option. I hate seeing Brandon Clark. If you guys know what happened to him, I mean, it makes me sad every time I see his name. Julian Reese, he's Angel Reese's little brother. or big brother. I actually don't know, but he balled out for Washington. So I mean, he might suck in 2K, but I gotta give him some love. He balled out for Washington. He didn't play a lot. He played just kind of sparingly at the end of the season, but he got like I think he got a game with like 20 something boards, which is just that's pretty beast. And Jordan Walsh saw this guy play in high school. It was like a tournament at my high school he played at, and yeah, I mean right away you just knew this guy was an NBA player, and he's got a ring already to show for it, in already such a young career. So props to him. All right, Hart, Alvarado, Towns, Reese, Walsh. At the time, he was a sophomore in high school, and you knew everyone in the gym knew this guy was legit. Most people were there to see Mikey Williams, and we know how that turned out. But yeah, Jordan Walsh was legitimate. He was jumping out of the gym, and that was what 7 years ago. Man, that's crazy. He's probably like 16. That sounds right. I mean, he's been in the league 4 years. 19. He played 1 year at Arkansas. 18. 16. He might have been 15. That's insane to think about. All right, so we'll go ahead. Okay, so we are able to get all those guys. So Mitrov, Reese. So I'm gonna move Walsh to the 3, and then I'm gonna move Quaintance to the 4. He's 73 now. Does he get better? He's the same. Okay, I'm good with that. Sochan, he's listed as a power forward center. And then we got Caphold and Diawara. So I mean that would fill out the roster. Well, we could do Simmons moving to the 3. I'm kind of tempted to try that out. And then if we did do that, we'd have to maybe cut somebody. Maybe we just renounce Diawara. I'm good with that. All right, we'll sign Simmons. I know I hate getting rid of players who contribute to the team, but okay. I mean, yeah, look at that. 82 overall for Simmons. It does cut into Walsh's minutes a little bit, but I think that was a good choice. And we'll see how many players that we just added are into crack the 10-man rotation. All right, 2028 draft class is the one we want as we head into year 2. 2028. So yeah, I mean, we couldn't get it done. We couldn't go back to back, but as long as I would say we win a second championship, in like a 4-year span, call it, I'd say that's pretty successful. All right, so Quaintance bumps up to a 77. Okay, so maybe possibly next year or like late this year, he's gonna probably jump into top 10 in the rotation. I mean, top 10 Walsh. Okay. So yeah, so Quaintance, Shamit, Kolick, Reese, Alvarado are not cracking minutes. Yeah, I mentioned earlier Alvarado's regression hits big time here. Walsh, Hart rather, his regression, took him out of the starting lineup. Mitrov and McBride are just kind of hovering around that 80 overall. Like they think they'd make a bigger jump. Yeah, so our bench is regressing massively. Even Bridges, he regresses quite a bit. Yeah, 415 for us this year. But I mean, Brunson, the captain, should be able to hold it down. I mean, we started what 26, 25 and 0. Don't know if we're gonna be able to repeat off of that. I mean, all that to after all that, we got bounced first round. So, um, yeah, I mean, regular season doesn't really matter. I mean, it does in terms of seeding, but it is crazy. It's an 82 game regular season, right? For a playoff that at minimum, like at the minimum, there's only 4 games. That's pretty insane. I mean, I know, granted, not every team makes the playoffs, but about the majority teams make some sort of postseason, whether it be the play-in or what have you. And they played 82, potentially 82 plus games for a minimum of 4, at least 4. It's pretty wild. If you get swept, obviously. But yeah, I mean, 37-9. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about NBA, right? I understand NFL is what, 17 games and there's postseason. They just added that a couple years ago, and then baseball is 162, which is just like what? Why? Like they only have 30 teams, mind you. Like it makes no sense. Like why do you need to play a team 100 million times a season? All right, let's see trade deadline here. I mean Alvarado, New York dude. I hate to do this, but if we could get something for him, because he's just not like with a player like Alvarado, you'd like to think he just wants to play. And if I can't guarantee him games, he probably would be fine with making the trade. And Reeks, how's he doing? I mean, he's doing all right. Per 36, 14 and 12. Yeah, I mean 6'9", but he's a true rebounder. So I like to see that. The 7 and 13 for Robinson per 36, but yeah, it's pretty solid. Wow, Quainton 17-7 per 36. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna keep it as is for now. Let's check out contract extensions. OG's got a player option, Brunson player option. They both seem to be in good spirits to want to re-sign. Let's see, OG, he's looking for 22. He's looking for 47. Um, we'll they are player options. I'm gonna risk it. I'm not gonna do anything yet, and hope that we could re-sign him. All right, let's re-sign Kolick. All right, we'll keep it going. Second in the power ranking, first in the conference rank as we hit the trade deadline. But yeah, I mean, um, yeah, I think Kenny Smith, or I think it was Kenny. He said it was a kind of a weird thing to throw out there, but he said after the Knicks won that if we if the Knicks had another stretch just like they did in real life, or just like they did ended the drought of like 53 years or however many years it was. Like if that happened again, it would be like 2070. What would it be? Like 2079, 2078, something like that, until the Knicks won a championship again. Which is, I mean, it's true. Like it's the math, but it just does not sound real. Like that's just puts it in, I guess, modern terms and modern sense to, yeah, just crazy to think about. It really truly was a long time. The Knicks were titleless, but anywho, MVP Giannis now on the Warriors, 27-10. Cam Williams Rookie of the Year. Six man goes to Mikel Brown Jr. Shed Holmgren Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved Cam Boozer. Devin Booker Clutch Player of the Year. Coach of the Year Mike Brown back to back. So at least Knicks get something back to back. So that's dope. See Knicks Brunson out second team. Sweet. Uh, Defensive team. Shocked. No Knicks there. Yeah, a little bit weird. A little weirded out about that. All right, we face Detroit round one. I'm a little shocked by Detroit. I mean, just in real life in the playoff run, but also in these sims, they just are not looking like the juggernaut team they seem to be on paper. All right, so Walsh, Hart, Simmons, Mitrov. Okay, that's what we're rocking with right now. I feel like we're pretty even in terms of like minutes and positions, but yeah, I mean, we're still not hitting on all cylinders where I'd like us to be. We do come back though. That's great. But I would like to kind of have that dominance the Knicks had, like blowing out teams by like 30 or 40 points. Like a lot of these games are just like too nerve-wracking for me. I mean, yeah, following this Knicks run, it was crazy to go from like absolute blowout games where it's just kind of like you're smiling ear to ear the whole time because it's like, okay, well, Knicks will win. And then to go from that to like you're getting blown out by like the same amount of points, like 20 or whatever. And then coming back, it was like, okay. I mean, like they left some serious doubt, but like they told you never to doubt the Knicks because yeah, the comebacks that they made in their run were truly legendary. So Quaintance, all right, so he's getting up there. So I think he should be a big piece for us going forward. Because granted, Hart isn't at an 80, Sochan at an 80. Quaintance might truly just fill in starting power forward minutes sooner rather than later, by the looks of it. Okay, so we get past the Pistons in four. We're playing Josh Hart's least favorite team in the league, Indiana Pacers, round two. Okay, so they have Keldon Johnson now, former Spur, former Sixth Man of the Year, and Garwi Duwall is starting at point, which leads me to believe that Halliburton is torn left hamstring day to day. Okay, so he'll be back soon. Sounds like he was out for a long time, but sounds like he'll be back for this series. And yeah, I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, I'll have to remind you about the big battles and rivalry between these two franchises. We lose game one at the Garden by 1 point, mind you. All right, here we go. Now we're bouncing back. Hopefully Brunson woke up a little bit. All right, tied one apiece. Game two, or game three rather, in Indiana. It's a tight one still, not out yet. All right, we beat them in game three. All right, game four back in Indiana. I mean, we're still not out. It's still a pretty close game. We're down 10 with, a lot of time. Lose by three. Okay, so they tie things up, two apiece. Raptors, it looks like they advanced. Could have been wrong. I saw red. I don't know if it was Raptors or Bulls or somebody. It looks like we're going to take care of business in this game. What's it now? Five? Yeah. Oh, Hawks make it. So Hawks beat the Raptors. I was right about it being a red team, but not the right red team. Okay, so Knicks down after the first, but crawl back in the second. Ooh, neck and neck here. And, okay, so we will advance. So we got Giannis and the Warriors out west, and then the Thunder as a 5 seed. So maybe they're not as big of a team as the league once thought, being a 5 seed. But the Warriors did bounce the Spurs, so I mean that's scary enough. Okay, so Porzingis is back on the Hawks. Ricochet's an 87 overall now, which is crazy. But all right, here we go. Game one, conference finals against this Hawks team that we obliterated in the 2026 round one playoffs. All right. Okay, 22-point win there. Awesome. Let's keep it going. We're playing the 2 seed, so I expect them to, wake up here and make some games competitive. But man, it's looking like how it was this year. Up 2 games to 0. When wow. I mean, yeah, we're really bouncing. We're like we're killing this Hawks team. Up 3 games to 0. I mean, they led in the first quarter. All right, they might make it a gentleman's sweep here. I might have spoken too soon. All right, they beat us by 11 there. All right, here we go. Game five in New York. I was truly kind of hoping the Knicks would lose game five, sorry to say, just because I knew the vibes would be immaculate if it did go to six and there'd be a game in Madison Square Garden. That would have been so sick. But, I'm glad they took care of business when they did because you didn't want to give the Spurs any hope there. All right, so Reese, Kolek, Quaintance. We're facing off against the Thunder, who have Darren Pearson, AJ Mitchell, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Sorber. So, wait. SGA is just not starting. SGA, broken right arm, 1 to 2 weeks. So, that sounds like he'll miss this entire series. So, I mean, that's kind of our window. But the fact they have Darren Pearson is actually, like, insane. That's crazy. Okay, so big game. We win. It was pretty close. I think the thing from social media said it was a blowout, but I mean, I wouldn't say that meets the criteria for calling that game a blowout because, I mean, it was pretty neck and neck. All right, we're down 6 here, close to the fourth. 1 point game, tied up, 2 point lead, down 2 with a minute. Let's jump in here. Again, we're looking for our second championship right now in a 3-year window. We're going to go a full 4 years, though.
Brunson. Robinson outside. Here's Simmons.
Yeah, we have like
Brunson.
no shooters on the court right now. Yeah, dude, what is this lineup? Brunson's the only guy who can shoot right now.
Oklahoma City right now.
And McBride, I guess.
He's out there with Jalen Williams.
All right, here we go. Come on.
In at the center position.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
So it's the Knicks now, following the score by Oklahoma City. He's off from 3.
And you know what? If you're the
yeah, I'm gonna call that the next game. We're down 4 and we're now fouling. So yeah, I mean we're within range there, but yeah, they tie it up 1 game apiece. I mean, in the Thunder's eyes, it's got to be a win because that just means SGA is 1 step closer to being back. Yeah, I mean, SGA with Darren Pearson in this roster is pretty scary. I mean, we're down, was it 18 here? Okay. So wait, did he play game 3? He's still not playing yet. So guys, we really need to take control here. Okay, so if we go, Walsh is cold. Okay, let's go 90. We'll try that out. All right, game what? 4? 5? I've lost count. I think game 4. We're down 14. Damn. All right, we're down 3 games to 1 here. I mean, Towns is hurt. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty balanced, it looks like, on paper, in terms of minutes per position. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of hard to figure out what we should tweak here. I mean, because, like, looking at their roster, so SGA is playing now, so that's not good. Maybe we do, like, Bridges starting SGA. And yeah, I'm gonna do some tweaks here. I know we're down 3 games to 1, but no time like the present. All right, let's do Bridges on SGA. Bridges. Okay, and then Chet, I would say we put Towns. Okay, I'm good with that. And then we live with the fact that Pearson is just not that dude yet, but he will be. Like, SGA, I think, is more of a threat right now. Okay, here we go. 42-19. Awesome. Yeah, big time win there. Hopefully those tweaks I did were the factor in doing that, but let's see how this strategy holds up for the long term. All right, we're down 17. Still got plenty of time. No, we'll lose. That's a bummer. Pearson Finals MVP. We're losing 6. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of call this team a dynasty. You win 1, then lose the next 2 years. And that's the first repeat champ, I think, in a 9-year span or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, to go from Warriors, Raptors, Lakers, Bucks, Raptors, Lakers, Bucks, Warriors, Nuggets, Celtics, Thunder, Suns. Oh wait, and then it skipped. It should be Knicks in between here. But yeah, and then Thunder ended the streak of different champion every year. But yeah, last year the same here. Hopefully we get another ring with Brunson and Hard and all those guys. Lakers have the top pick in the draft. keep Mike Brown for another season. We have the 30th. Man, we have so many second round picks. Jesus. See if we can just trade up to like a lotto pick. Like pick 12. All these seconds. And a Lakers pick. No, we don't want that. Second. Oh, we have a Lakers pick next year. Damn, that could have been, if we were smart and mapped it out, could have been a better pick. All right, Alvarado and some seconds. Again, I think Alvarado would like us to trade him just because he's not getting time. And that's easier to talk for him than hear from him. All right, and then we'll try to trade out here. All right, fine, we'll do that. Okay, so we got a lotto pick. Sim ahead. Mate Katashvili. Katiashvili. Mate Katiashvili, I'm guessing is how you pronounce his name. So 75 overall at age 19. I mean, that's pretty solid. Draft summary. Anyone else? I feel like if we were to pull the trigger on this, we would trade Kolek then. So maybe we do that. 2 firsts from the Hawks. Davian Mitchell. We did just trade Alvarado. So I feel like Mitchell would work. Okay. And then we take Mate Kadiashvili, Republic of Georgia. Okay. So Brunson declined, OG accepted. Okay. So, yeah, hopefully Brunson stays. He's got a lot of offers. So wait, 4 years, 238 mil is what we have to beat, basically. 4 years, wait, 5. How many is that? 238 divided by 4. 59 mil a year. Jeez. Is that right? 238? Yeah, that's crazy. 59 mil a year. Oh my god. 59. I mean, that can't be. I mean, a max. Okay. I'll do 53.50. We really don't want to lose him. Okay. Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So we will keep Brunson. And then Sochan will extend as we'll look to bring him back as well. Okay. And I think that's going to be it. I mean, is there any other player we might want to trade? Like maybe, yeah, Shamit. I think he could probably go. Flex pick. And then, who else? Walsh, no. I don't want to get rid of him yet. Reese. I mean, he just is basically coming off his rookie year, so I don't want to trade him just yet. So we did trade Shamit. Could bring in Kellen Johnson, maybe. Go 5 year for 2. All right, so Keldon, Brunson, Sochan, and I think yeah. All right, so we bring those guys in. All right, our roster's set here. All right, so we are now in our 3rd year of the sim, and see if we can get another ring with the Knicks. See if they're more than just a one-hit wonder, if you want to call it. We want 2029, yeah. 2029 class. 2029. Yeah, I mean, we lost in 6 in the finals, so, I mean, the fact that this team did get to the finals again should tell you that they're not ready to give up just yet. Okay, so Quaintance is our 6th man, Kellen Johnson 7th man. Yeah, so some good pickups there. And if we go 10 deep here, Simmons, okay. And then Davian Mitchell, thought maybe he'd crack the rotation a little bit more, but I do like that we have a little bit of a better backup point guard option than I guess Alvarado. Um, yeah, I never noticed Davian Mitchell's tattoos, but yeah, obvious national champ tattoo for Baylor. That's pretty sick. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was maybe one of the most forgotten NBA or college championships of late. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty dope that he did come away like he came out of college with a dub, with a ring. So Mitra, minimum 2 years. Got to keep the longest tenured Nick on the team. McBride, man, I would love to see him, take a next step in his career. I mean, I feel like he's one of those players that just is, um, it's more like hurting his career than helping by being on the bench, for so long. Like if he was on any other team, he'd probably be getting like starting caliber minutes. I think he is a good player. I mean, he's definitely got the athleticism. He's got the basketball IQ, I would say. I mean, he's a former quarterback in college. Um, or not college, high school. But yeah, I mean, and he's got a pretty good looking jumper. I mean, it's Westbrook esque in terms of like how high he jumps on his jump shot. And I mean, for most of the playoffs, it was pretty on. It was pretty on. But yeah, like the last few games of the Spurs series, it seemed like he had lost his shot a little bit. But I mean, that's normal. Players go through a little slump every now and again. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Deuce is sick though. Big fan, especially because he went to West Virginia, where I went to briefly. But yeah, I mean, right now, 34 and 13, it's nothing to sneeze at. I think that's pretty good, considering again, like this team is getting older. I know we've been the one seed the last 2 years of the sim, so it might not be exactly where we want to be at this point, but I think we're balancing the books pretty well here. So now Brunson's the highest paid, OG 48 mil, Bridges 38, got Towns down to 30 mil. I think that's a huge move there. And I mean, like, if we're trying to re-sign Bridges here, not that we are, I mean, he's looking for around 7 mil now. So, I mean, probably get him closer to under 7. So that's huge in terms of like saving money, just like Brunson did. That's pretty huge long term for getting some more talent on this team. Yeah, I mean, it's talked about a lot now. In hindsight, hindsight's everything. But the fact that Brunson turned down a deal for he left 100 mil on the table. That's like what true leaders in the NBA should strive to. And you rarely see that in today's league. I feel like it's all about chasing the bag. With the NIL and everything. You know, it's all about like doing it for the money. But Brunson's one of those few guys. Maybe a testament to his dad because he never won one. Like the importance and maybe the lasting effect it has on someone who didn't win. That championship is everything. So uh, he did what he had to do to make a championship happen. So you gotta salute. You gotta tip your cap to what Brunson was able to accomplish. But I digress. MVP Wembanyama, CJ Roster Rookie of the Year, Jordan Smith Jr. Sixth Man, Wemby Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved goes to Darian Peterson, Giannis Clutch Player of the Year, Quinn Snyder Coach of the Year. Big fan of Quinn Snyder. I think he's a really good coach in the league. Wow, Jokic on the Bulls. Is this his first year? No, second year on the Bulls now. Wow, that would. It's cool that the Bulls got a big talent player like that, but he'll always be a Nugget to me. So that's weird to see him leave. Um, yeah, it's bizarre to me. Um, oh wow, Luka on the Kings. The league's changed a lot in just 3 years. Brunson, third team All NBA. And then Thompson now on the Bucks. Interesting. So yeah, no Knicks on these teams once again. Oh, Klingon on the Nets now. Man, the league has really changed. And okay, so we are able to get the 2 seed this year. Okay, and these playoffs have not been too kind to us so far. I mean, we got bounced in the first year after being the reigning champs. Hopefully we get past the Sixers team. Okay, we beat them in 5, facing off against the Pacers in the second round. We now have, wow, Moses Moody, Zion Williamson, and Robert Williams. So yeah, very different looking league. Just like we're like 3 years removed from today. So man, NBA can change overnight, man, I swear. It's like the fastest changing league in terms of like player movement of any of like the major four sports in North America. It is so like bonkers. I like there's got to be some science to that. Like if you're a brainiac out there who loves crunching numbers and sports stuff like that, I would love to see what the like changeover rate is, you know, and amount of trades that happen, like players less likely or more likely to re-sign with the team that they played for the previous year, and just like compare that all amongst like the big four sports. Because I think NFL is kind of adapting that principle a little bit, getting a little bit more creative with the money and everything. But yeah, I think NBA it's starting to become a problem, I think. But anyway, we're up 3 games to 1 against this Pacers team. I think we should be a gentleman's sweep here. I'm not too worried about this Pacers squad. All right, we move to the conference finals and face Atlanta. So 1 seed versus 2 seed, and it's a 1v3 out west. Texas battle, Mavs Spurs in the conference finals. All right, so this Hawks team, we've kind of had their number. Hopefully, we do have that same number. Hopefully, they didn't change it. Overtime, we were able to force. Wow, Brunson had 50. Sweet. That is awesome. We came back again against this Hawks team. Okay. They force overtime. We still win it. Wow, back-to-back overtimes in this conference finals is crazy. And now we're in New York. So hopefully we can ride this high. Looks like we won't have a problem here. Awesome. Man, first 2 games go to overtime. We win game 3. And then can we put them away in 4? I mean, at this point, writing's on the wall. There we go. Oh, crap. Johnson suffered a torn left tricep and will be out for the season. Johnson. Kelvin Johnson? Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, he was one of the guys in our rotation here. So guess Mitchell will step up. So I'm not mad at that, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hart is just out of the rotation entirely now, and we will face off against the Mavs. Cooper Flag, Western Conference Finals MVP. Brunson averaged 33 in the East. Let's see who's on this Mavs team. Jaden Ivey. Still got Kyrie. Man, he's got to be super old at this point. And Zubats and Bridges. So, yeah, definitely different looking Mavs team. Do they still have Lively? I'm shocked that if they had Lively, Zubats would be still starting over him. So they got Gafford, Diabate. That's pretty solid. Nate Ament as well. That's pretty scary. Najee's still there. PJ's still there. Is he just eating up cash? Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, on paper, I still feel confident in our team. But, I mean, Cooper Flag and Kyrie, they're kind of like wild cards. You just don't know, especially with Flag, you don't know what he's capable of just yet. It's so early in his career. I mean, what is his overall right now? 96. That's just insane. But yeah, we lose game 1. And with home court, it's not great. Mission accomplished for Dallas. We're able to, being able to steal one on the road. That's what you gotta set your mind to in each series. So we are able to tie things up here, and hopefully we return the favor. Down 3 after 1. Okay. We're up 2. It's still plenty of time in the fourth. Tie game, minute 50. 3 seconds left. We're up 2. I'm going to jump in here. Alright, we have the ball as well. I feel pretty confident at this point, but you never know.
And so they foul it.
Alright, I'm going to call it, especially because they fouled Brunson. If they had fouled Bridges,
Intentionally.
I'd be a little less worried. Or more worried, I should say. Okay, so we will win game 3. Alright, here we go. Game 4. I mean, yeah, we're so close to winning it. It would be the second chip in 4 years. I would call that a dynasty. Again, we're only doing a 3-year sim here, but yeah, I'd like to think it'd be a pretty good sign. So 106, 104, big fourth quarter comeback. Let's jump in. 28 seconds to go. We're up 2 games to 1. Chance to go up 3-1, and then going to New York would be massive.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now here's Brunson. Shot clock at 5.
Oh, he's wide open.
Off target from outside.
Man.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. The magnitude at this juncture in the game.
All right, defense, got locked up here.
A timeout. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
So a close game.
We are now 1 game away from winning the chip, and we have a chance to do it in the Garden. Unbelievable. So sick, dude. I can't, like, if you guys are NBA fans or even fans of the Knicks, you know how crazy, New Yorkers got when the Knicks won their first chip in 50-plus years. And granted, it was in San Antonio. If they won it in the Garden, I think MSG might just fall to the ground. Like, that's how rowdy Knicks fans are. But, yeah, I mean, a chance to win it all here. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're 2-point game, 10 minutes to go. Down 4. Come on, need some New York magic. We're down 6, 42 seconds. I'm going to jump in because the Knicks are capable of late-game heroics. Come on. Oh,
Outside McBride.
He's pretty open, I thought, there.
That's just
All right, here we go.
play right there. The right
Be smart,
pass
be
to
smart.
a ready shooter.
2 points here could be the only cushion
What are
they
we
need.
doing?
Hard to say. Crazier things have happened in this
That was
league.
just
On the
dumb.
court right now for the Mavericks. They've got Flag, Kyrie Irving out there with Ivy, and it's Washington, and it's the Knicks with the
We
ball.
were playing way out of
To the
control
Mavericks
here.
picking up a basket just a moment ago. It's in!
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
So both teams changing it up here. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over
Okay.
the break. Coach
Oh, Brunson's out.
stay
Okay.
locked in mentally. Telling the squad,
That was
quote,
stupid.
I know you're tired, but we cannot make costly mistakes. It was a simple but important message.
Allie, thank you.
Yeah, too bad he fouled out. But this team does have some depth at his position.
And adding these extra points is a huge difference this late in the game.
Come on, guys. We need some late game heroics. Picking
against
pop with
Bridges.
pounds.
Booyah! He
Okay.
sinks the triple.
Nice pass by
Still play the
Bridges.
foul game.
Just keeping his
It's would be
options open
huge
out
here.
there.
And now an intentional foul.
Okay.
They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
First free throw is
4-point
good.
game.
And that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so he
All right,
drops
we
them
gotta go
both.
quick
And
here.
it's a
If you want
5-point
any
game.
shot.
Huge moment. He steps up and
Shot
sinks the
past
final
it, man.
daggers.
And an Obi.
Okay, that's game.
Oh,
All
no.
right, so we can't win in the Garden, but yeah, Mavs are still in this one, and we're going to Dallas. So it's gonna be a tough environment to go into to try to close things out here. Gonna do our best though. All right, we're up 12 here after one. Just trying to narrow it a little bit. To take the lead here. God, man, come on. Minute left. Up or down one, rather. Come on, guys. Close it out here. Don't have them come back down 3-1.
Irving against Brunson.
That's gotta be a foul, man.
Doesn't go in. We've got Johnson. Flag is out there with P.J. Washington. Then it's against and it's Irving at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. New York with the ball. It's 9 seconds separate.
Come on, Brunson, take over.
Brunson.
Oh my God.
Give the defense credit there. Normally,
you have to foul there.
And that's an intentional
foul. I'd like to foul someone else,
though. But I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Literally, I just said that.
Another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who go to the line.
Bridges, he's checked in for Miles McBride.
Need a 3, guys.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team.
Brunson, get the ball.
He told them to focus on the task at hand. He said, quote,
no way! He was grabbing him. How was that a foul? Or how was that out of bounds on us?
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. And they stop the clock
Johnson.
as soon as they
I'm not mad at that, but
you know what?
man, the rest sucks here.
Good. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they got to try to
go
manage
quick.
it. 2-possession game now, guys.
4-point play would be great.
Free throws there.
And an Obi.
Okay, we're not out yet.
Just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Okay, he might miss one.
Collected and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both.
4-point game. Gotta go quick again.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
That's it. Shoot it.
It's him.
Really?
Oh man, dude. We lost by 1. We got the 3 at the end, but just yeah. I mean, if Brunson had hit one of those layups, he easily could have made those too. I felt like, but yeah, tough loss. All right, we go to game 7 here. You'd think Brunson would never let this even come this close, but this is where we're at this point. But yeah, we got a big lead. All right, we're going to win it. Awesome. We're going to jump in these last 20 seconds as the Knicks are about to get their 4th championship in franchise history and 2nd in 4 years. It might call it a dynasty if you guys want to. Knicks are back on top.
Here's Sohan. Pass to Brunson.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second chip in 4 years.
Are the new NBA champions. Tremendous. What an incredible ride. Culminating in a championship. What a team. This will go down as one of the great sports moments in the history of this city. And listen to this crowd. Players talk about having to tune out the noise and focus on the task at hand. This is the noise they've been waiting to hear all year long.
Absolutely incredible. And look at the guys celebrating, understanding the work, the sacrifice, the discipline that goes into winning a championship in this building.
Thanks for being a part of it with us all season long. It's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Man, Brunson only had 14. Quentin 17. What a pickup. The first year we got him, and yeah, he balled out in these finals. So that's awesome that one of our picks, literally like our only pick, panned out in the way he did. That's dope. McBride 21 from him. I mean, Josh Hart, he's not even like in the rotation anymore, but yeah, I mean, massive dub. Got our second chip in a 4-year span, and they were talking about this window being over for the Knicks. It was just crazy. Like they were talking about going into Game 5, like if this like the Knicks window, this might be like the last year for the window, and then for the Spurs, it's for the next 15 years or whatever. Like this is only the beginning of the window, but yeah, I mean, we kind of squashed that thought bubble. Yeah, I mean, we got our second chip in a 4-year span in the sim. We made it to another finals as well. So I mean, truly had a chance for 3 titles in 4 years. So I would definitely call this Knicks team a dynasty. Um, yeah, I mean, a great run for this Knicks squad. We've kept most of this roster intact. Brunson, Towns, OG, Bridges, Sochan, Mitra, McBride. Who else we got? Hart, obviously. Yeah, and then we added some other pieces. And a lot of the other guys on the roster were along for the ride for the most part. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this Knicks team is very special. The Nova Knicks, they definitely have something cooking. I think it just kind of goes beyond normal kind of chemistry that NBA teams have because their relationships go even like further back than just like NBA. Um, like they're good friends, like they're friends from college, which I think, um, for those of you who have been to college and have made good friends in college, and keep those relationships to this day, to be able to work with them day in and day out, you definitely get to know a person on a deep level, get to know their families and so on, and yeah, definitely saw kind of like the culmination and fruition of how important those kinds of relationships are. And yeah, it's kind of a beautiful thing to see as an NBA fan. That it could mean that winning an NBA championship and ending a drought of 50 plus years. So congrats to the Knicks again. And I'm excited to see if they're going to be legit for the next few years plus to come. Definitely, I think the NBA is a better place when the Knicks are good. So, with all that being said, that's going to do it for me today, and that's going to be it for this series. Yeah, this is now the third year I've done it, and I plan on doing it next year. So stay tuned and check out some of the other content I do on my channel. Trying to make this year my most consistent yet. Got plenty of videos in the bank for y'all. And please, please, please comment and subscribe. Like what you see. Give me a like. Check me out on Twitch, CDC, YouTube. And check me out on YouTube at CDC. See you guys next time. Can't wait to hear from y'all. Peace.